With his pit stop over, Godfrey's got 4 lonely non-stop laps to do. But here's a wheel-to-wheel struggle. Langston, Pawson and Boyce at Ramsey. Here's McIntyre at Kate's Cottage. At the end of lap 3, nearly everyone refuels. Hocking's filled already, but look, he's having to tighten the MV's fairing. And now Harewood's coming in. Gee, this is real drama. The Hocking's hard-won lead slipping away fast at the pits. Mike's away first, but Gary passes him. Now it's McIntyre's turn to fill up. Now Phil Reed gets away. He's fit. Who leads at Bratton Bridge? It's Hocking. "11 seconds later, Mike Harewood. And in third place, McIntyre. As Roy Ingram leaves his pit ahead of Minter, and the vital job proceeds of seeing that the right information goes onto the giant scoreboard opposite the grandstand, let's quickly sort things out. At half distance, the incredible's happening. For with Hocking less than 15 seconds ahead of Harewood, in spite of just lapping at over 102, it's still anybody's race. Harewood and his Norton are magnificent. If the MV as much as misfires, Mike will be past it. And how Tom Phillips is riding. First time out on the brand new Norton twin, and he's in 4th place. He's lapped at over 100, and he's only 7 seconds behind McIntyre.
1 hour, 7 minutes, 2.4 seconds.
Here's a man to watch, Ron Langston. He'd climbed from 12th to 8th, but now he's 9th, because Peter Pawson here's gone straight past the pits and Langston. At Parliament Square, Ramsey, Hocking's only just ahead of Mike. Ron Langston's going well after his pit stop. But Hocking looks down at Keppelgate. Is he in trouble? There goes Harewood after him. Is Hocking's TT Hoodoo striking again? With Harewood on his tail and only 2 laps to go, almost any delay will cost him his lead. Off comes Gary's lap number on the scoreboard. He's completed 4 laps, but he's stopped at his pit again. And there goes Mike's number, and he's gone straight past. So Harewood leads. Oh boy, what a race. Mike's first at Quarterbridge. And now Gary gets away, but he's lost nearly a minute. There goes McIntyre. And look, Hocking's still unhappy at Quarterbridge. And McIntyre's gaining fast. As George Catlin pushes off, here's another startling development. At the end of lap 4, Tom Phillips is 3rd, 2 seconds ahead of McIntyre. Here he is at Quarterbridge. So as Langston goes into lap 5, it looks as though it's Norton's 1st, 2nd and 3rd, with Mike all set to do the first ever TT triple. But how about his luck? He let him down on Wednesday, remember? Well, he's going beautifully at May Hill. Here's Alistair King, who's 6th. And Godfrey here is 10th. Here's McIntyre. And there goes poor Hocking, but he's well adrift. At Craignabar, Harewood leads by nearly 2 minutes, and in second place it's McIntyre, now 3 seconds ahead of Phyllis. But here's a sad picture. No number 5. The Hockings retired at the pits on the last lap. Tom Phillis is now in a brilliant 3rd place. And Phil Reed's come up to 4th. This is Harewood at Ramsey Hairpin, one of the slowest points of the course. Compare his star with Phyllis. Here's Tom. Next round the hairpin comes Reed, accelerating up to Waterworks Corner. But at the Gooseneck, a mile up the road, Wednesday's junior TT winner falls, and he's out of the race. Comes number 7, Alistair King. McIntyre roars home over the mountain, and now nothing can stop Nortons from winning a crushing victory. Quite like the old times I was beginning to think we'd never see again. Round the Craig for the last time sweeps Harewood with only 3 miles to go. And there's McIntyre. On they go, round Brandish and Hilbury, up Cronknimona, round Signpost and Governor's Bridge, and onto the Glencrutchery Road. And Harewood wins. Nearly 2 minutes later, in comes McIntyre. And Phyllis finishes 3rd. Up go the victor's laurels. And into the paddock come the finishers at the end of a truly magnificent race. For Mike, it's congratulations all round, especially from Rem Fowler and from his overjoyed father, Stan Harewood. And how well he deserves them for his created TT history. First to win 3 races in a week, and first to average over 100 on a single. A wonderful show, Mike. Meanwhile, it's clear at the finish, but just look at this at the bungalow. Yes, it's the famous mountain mist, but thank goodness it's come down too late to spoil one of the greatest TTs of all time. So with our last look at this historic leaderboard, which shows a clean sweep for British standard production machines, without which there'd be no racing, it's goodbye to the Golden Mountain, exactly 3 hours after the start of a race that'll live in the memory for years to come.
Grey skies but dry roads, ideal conditions for 6 laps. And here are the riders. John Hartle from Chester on the Gilera, against Mike Harewood on his MV with a terrific load of responsibility. On another Gilera, smiling Phil Reed from Luton. And here's one of the British contenders on a British machine, Alan Shepherd on his Matchless. Joe Dunphy, last year's Senior Manx Grand Prix winner, on a Francis Beard Norton. The flag is up, and the first two to get away. Number three, Duff on his Matchless, and number 4, John Hartle on the Gilera. Look at him streak away there. And the next man away, the much-fancied Mike Hailwood on his MV. 10 seconds behind John Hartle, 10 seconds ahead of number 7, Phil Reed on the Gilera, and number 8, Alan Shepherd on his Matchless. And number 10 is Franta Stasny, the Czechoslovakian, on the Jawa twin. They're streaking on towards Ballacrane, and they're still getting away. 17, Francis Reynolds, and 18, Australian Jack Ahern, who did a 100-mile-an-hour lap in practice. Then it's 23, Billy McCosh, and Joe Dunphy on the Francis Beard Norton, the man who won last year's Senior Manx. And on they go. All the starters now, flashing on towards the mountain point, 23.5 miles out at Ramsey. But look at this, John Hartle, number 4 on the Gilera at Ballacrane, and he's leading on the roads. How far ahead is he of Mike Hailwood? Let's see. And there he is. There's Hailwood. He's gaining time. He's already passed number 3, Mike Duff, on the Matchless, but Duff is still leading the second Gilera, number 7, Phil Reed. At Laurel Bank, it's still Hartle on the Gilera, the man who is making a comeback to big-time road racing. Up into the gooseneck goes the Gilera. And look at Hailwood. Hailwood right on Hartle's tail. And this is on lap 1. Surely this is going to be a lap record from a standing start. Here is Alan Shepherd on the Tom Kirby Matchless, a single-cylinder, slower British machine. And here's Fred Stevens, number 12, the man who finished 3rd last year. He's in 7th place at the moment. Stasny on the Jawa, 384cc, in 10th position, a brilliant ride. And there's Dunphy. Dunphy has already passed 2 men who started well ahead of him, and there's Paddy Driver from South Africa on the 2nd of the Tom Kirby Matchlesses. Lap 1, and he's done it! He's done it! Hailwood has gone round at 106.3 miles an hour, and he's caught up with John Hartle. Hailwood has smashed the lap record from a standing start. And Phil Reed there, number 7, is in 3rd place on the 2nd of the 2 Gileras. But already a full minute behind John Hartle, his Gilera teammate. What a race this is. And look at this, Alan Shepherd on the Matchless is in 5th place. In fact, it's 4-cylinder machines, 1st, 2nd and 3rd, and British single-cylinder machines in 4th, 5th and 6th places on this 2nd lap. Hartle and Hailwood at Ballacrane. And Mike Hailwood leads at the gooseneck, up the mountain for the 2nd time, and the brilliant 23-year-old Oxford world champion has taken the lead on the roads from, here he is, John Hartle, number 4 on the Italian Gilera, but he can't hold Mike Hailwood. And nor can number 7 here, Phil Reed, hold John Hartle or Hailwood on the 2nd Gilera. But Reed is doing well. So, for that matter, is Mike Duff, because he's in 4th place, the 1st British machine. And here, in 5th place on the roads and on time, is the 2nd British machine. It's Alan Shepherd from Grange-over-Sands, and watch his perfect style. Lap 3 now. And Mike Hailwood is streaking away. He's leading John Hartle by 46 seconds. Alan Shepherd here, still in 5th place. There hasn't been one change on the leaderboard, and we're looking at this sinuous Braddon Bridge. Flick left, flick right, and that's Joe Dunphy in 6th position. And this is the lap as Phil Reed comes up to Ramsey. Listen to his Gilera pickup. Solid punch of power, and right behind him, Mike Duff riding the race of his life. Duff is only 36 seconds behind Phil Reed on this, the 3rd lap, and he's in 4th place. And now look at how are they going to sort this lot out. 4 men into Ramsey Hairpin. Then up towards Waterworks Corner, up towards the bungalow, the highest point of the course, then plummeting down, and into the pits comes Mike Hailwood. In goes the filler hose, and his MV mechanic starts to pour in the petrol. Mike changes his goggles, pushes away, and he has only taken 37 seconds of scintillating pit stop. Now Hartle is in. Now Hartle is out. 40 seconds. But Hartle has lost 3 seconds on that pit stop, and now they're streaking down towards Hilbury. The men behind Hailwood and Hartle. We're still on lap 3. The leader's in, and now Hailwood goes on to lap 4. Round Braddon Bridge. On on towards Union Mills, and behind him John Hartle, number 4, in second place. But on this fourth lap, Hailwood is 63 seconds ahead. And there's Reed. Reed is now 3 minutes behind Hartle. And still in fifth place, number 8, Alan Shepherd. What a race this is. Joe Dunphy pulls away from his pit in sixth place, and Tom Arter holds out the board for Mike Duff. And now watch the world's greatest road racers at work. Lap 4, and Mike Hailwood has broken the lap record again on his second lap, 106.41 miles an hour. He is averaging nearly 105 miles an hour, almost equal to Gary Hocking's 1962 lap record. Up to Ramsey for the fourth time. Mike Hailwood in the lead now by over a minute from John Hartle. And here is Hartle. That Gilera, out of the mothballs since 1957, is in scintillating form. Jeff Duke, who reintroduced the Gileras, has got nothing to be ashamed of. And here is Alan Shepherd, still in fifth place, and still no change on the leaderboard. First 6 places after 4 searing laps of this grueling Isle of Man course. That's Fred Stevens in 7th place. And there's Joe Dunphy, number 24, on the Norton, still holding his 6th position. A wonderful debut to the TT. Swing left. Dennis Boyce there, number 14. He was second last year. Up the mountain for the 5th time he goes, and into the 5th lap goes Mike Hailwood. And there's John Hartle. And now Hailwood is increasing his lead lap by lap. It's 70 seconds now. And 4-cylinder machines are in the 1st, 2nd and 3rd positions. A unique situation in TT history. There's Hartle streaking past a tail-ender, and here's one of the men who didn't quite make it. Meantime, into Ramsey again. For the 5th time goes Phil Reed on the 2nd Gilera, not missing a beat. And Mike Duff is still holding on to that 4th position. This brilliant Canadian is a man to watch for World Championship status in the future. Alan Shepherd is having not so good a race. He retired on Tuesday and his machine is sounding a bit sick. Fred Stevens still in 7th place, as he has been all through the race. And there's Joe Dunphy. Down to Governor's Bridge, the slowest corner on the course, goes Mike Hailwood, swings effortlessly round the left-hander, and now bursts out onto the Glen Crutchery Road as John Hartle follows him in 2nd position, now 70 seconds behind, but averaging 103.71 miles an hour. And they go streaking into the 6th lap. Hailwood is averaging over 104 miles an hour as he starts his last circuit. But all round the course, we're getting news that Hailwood is having gearbox trouble. He's having trouble selecting the gears, but he sounds all right as he gets away from Ramsey on the last lap. So too does John Hartle. And he gets a cheery wave there as he goes through and keeps that 2nd position of his in brilliant style. Fred Stevens now. Fred Stevens has moved up to 6th place because Alan Shepherd is out of the race. For the first time, a leaderboard change. Signpost corner, Mike Hailwood, he's almost home. And so too is John Hartle in 2nd place. It's going to be Mike Hailwood's race, his 2nd senior TT victory, and his 5th total TT victory. Mike Duff there is still going to be in 3rd position. Mike Hailwood is home. Mike Hailwood has won with a record lap at 106.41 miles an hour, a record race average of 104.64. He's shown that the MV is still the best 4-cylinder senior machine.
TT week starts on Monday with a sidecar. 36